Everything contained in these boxes is going to help me prep and bodywork my 1994 BMW 325 IS, and I'm in the process converting into a M3 clone.
It began not with a clean sheet of paper, but with a 75-year history. A history of building automobiles that make the most of the driver's skill. Because how you drive is as important as what you drive, BMW introduces a car that could improve both. The BMW 325 IS Coupe.
If you're new to my channel, my name is Andre Kermanides, and currently I am working on my BMW 325 IS, where I show all steps of the process, where I've shown from buying the car, building, and all of the good and bad that's going to be involved in the process of restoring this car, building and modifying it. I have built multiple vehicles in the past, and this is the first one that I've documented on YouTube. It's always something I've wanted to do, and it's been a fun journey up to this point. A lot of challenges. YouTube's hard. It really is hard, but I am enjoying it, and the process is fun. I'm the type of person that I like to build a project up and enjoy the process along the way. However, one of the things I did tell myself on this project is that I'm going to challenge myself in areas that I haven't dealt with before. Although I do have some experience with paint and bodywork, I've never painted a whole car before. I've done engine bays, I've done small panels, but overall I've never done a full car. And this is probably a good example of that, although it's dirty and it's got some spots here and there, but overall the body's actually in pretty good shape. I've gone through and marked all the areas now early that will need filler or body working, and just to give you a good idea of what I'm getting myself into. And if you haven't caught my first several videos, please go in, watch the first few videos, and get caught up on the project and the build so far. Another thing too that I would really appreciate is that if you go in, subscribe to the channel, hit a like on the video, and maybe even leave a comment. I respond to every comment, and I do love engaging with everyone that does interact with me in the comments, and I really have been blown away by the community so far of people just commenting, leaving their thoughts, their suggestions, and it's been awesome so far. However, first things first is getting this BMW stripped down, where I'm gonna pull the hood off, the trunk, the doors. So the plan for today is to get all the body panels off that I can, get that process started. I already have the color picked out for the car. I'm not sure yet, I haven't fully decided if I'm gonna be painting the car or if I'm gonna hire someone in to help me, as I've never painted a car before and I really wanna make sure that this is done right. I've done many hours of research. Brian at Paint Society has been a huge help with over on his YouTube channel in showing education, learning, and showing me that paint and bodywork is not as complicated as it is in my mind. I was super intimidated initially about the paint and bodywork process, but I'm taking it on. I'm gonna be patient, take my time, do it right, but learn at the same time. So, plan for today, get everything stripped down. I did also go to Harbor Freight and purchased this window removal tool. As you can see, the front window does have a giant crack in it, so the front window is not going to be savable, but I do need to pull the rear glass, which is actually in good shape, so I'm going to do my best to try to not damage it as I take it out. Today's one of those videos of just doing things that I've never done before. I've never pulled window glass out, but I just couldn't stomach paying $200 to have someone come out and pull this glass out. So again, along with the theme of this project and this build, challenging myself to do things that I've never done before. Mistakes are gonna happen as I'm learning, but I'm gonna go ahead and dive into pulling the body panels off. I'm gonna put you on the tripod, and you can see as I make progress and pull the panels off and go from there. I decided to start off on this teardown by the front. I figured that was the easiest way to get the hood off and start as an easy layup from there. I bought all of these bumpers, as you saw in the previous videos, the E36, M3, the M-Technic, I guess, bumpers, and so they were loosely fitted on there already, so pretty easy to get those off, no sweat there. As you can see here, I did need to get the side skirts off, and so that required me to pull the rear wheel off and take the bolts off of the sides. The doors came off super easy as well. I Took off a few bolts on the sides. The check strap there was just a pin that needed to be removed, and then the two 10mm bolts at the top and bottom. And that was pretty much it. The connector on the side of the door was way ahead of its time because it was really easy to remove. Same for the rear bumper. Couple clips, couple bolts, nothing too major there. Was able to get that off pretty easy without too much trouble. There was a 10mm nut at the bottom there that I forgot, but otherwise easy money. This has been the craziest thing about this build. I've never had a project car that came apart so easily. These cars are pretty much like Legos, and I can see why so many people modify and build them, because they come apart so easy and they're so easy to work on. There I was taking off the remaining bolts for the brackets, and the trunk came off easy. Well, here we are. I have a mostly picked apart E36. Pretty much all the body panels, as you guys saw in the process, are off. I do need to get the rear crash bar off, and then I have to figure out the sunroof as well. So currently the sunroof is not operational. When I do go in and paint around these areas that I'll have good access and coverage, worst case I can back mask. I'd really like to completely get the sunroof out of the way so that it's not an issue. Next thing on the agenda today is gonna be working on this front glass. Like I said, bear with me. I've never done this before. I've just seen YouTube videos, and YouTube University is my accredited school. I have a certificate on my wall for my degree. Oh. So we'll get started with that and then go from there. All right, so I'm using two tools. This first one is like a knife blade thing that you get under the window, and then you're able to clear out the adhesive underneath. So I think it'll run like under here, like so, like this, and then I can pull and clear out some of the adhesive to get the job started. Second tool is the Harbor Freight, I don't even know what to call this, the knife tool. It's got a pointed end there that will insert underneath the window, and then from there I can attach this wire and then pull it back and forth with the handles. And as I pull it back and forth, I can remove the adhesive as I go around. So first things first, I need to get this seal off and then find a place where I can get started. So I'm going to start with this tool. I think what I'll do is I'll just spray some lubricant on there, and then that'll help the tool cut the glass. Oh yeah, that works. This is a workout. It broke. All right, you watched me struggle for, I would say, the last 30 minutes. Probably 5 minutes for you, 30 minutes for me. It wasn't terrible. Once I got like the technique down and everything, it actually wasn't bad. Down here along the window is where most of the adhesive is. I think it's maybe when they install it, they're pretty heavy down there, or just from gravity as it's settling. But I was able to get most of it off. I'll get all this. I'll get this section out by hand, but otherwise the window's out, so I'm hoping the rear glass is not as bad. But for now, I'll get this cleaned up later. I'm gonna take off the small piece of glass section right there, but I'm gonna clean that adhesive later, and then I'll start on the rear windscreen, and then hopefully everything goes much better for the rear window than the front, because I'm more hopeful. So moving on. So after a little bit of thinking, I went ahead and decided that I'm gonna go ahead and wait to pull the rear window until I can get some help. I'm only here by myself today at the shop, so I'll get an extra pair of hands to help me, as it's gonna be hard for me to move the wires back and forth to break the seal on my own. So I'll need to get some help on that, and I really don't want to break this rear window, because I'm not sure that you can buy another one new. But for now, I'm gonna get these parts all put away. It's kind of crazy to think that all these body panels just came off of my car. We're starting over. So it's time to commit. I'm at the point of no return. Next step is gonna be getting the sunroof off, and then I'm gonna start prep work. I think the biggest thing is getting everything cleaned, and then from there, I'm gonna start sanding, prepping, getting everything down, seeing if there's any rust that I need to do repair. And also, before I forget, these two patches are gonna have to get repaired. One on this side, and then the other one on this side. I might be able to pull this dent here, and then maybe do some light body filling, but we'll see. So that pretty much wraps up everything today. Good progress, got the car stripped down, got the windshield off. In the next video, I'm actually gonna be tearing into my $400 Mystery 2JZ, as I talked about in my last video. I got a VVTi head, so I'll be deleting the distributor and all that out of this engine. Need to get that head looked at by the machinist, so I'll need to get that torn down as well, get the valves out of it and everything. It's gonna need a resurface, I think, at a minimum. But yeah, so next video, stay tuned for this. We're gonna tear down the Mystery 2JZ and see what surprises we find. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and always remember that all things can be solved with a positive mindset and more money. I'll see you in the next one.